Through 31 games, the Detroit Tigers now have the exact same record this year as they did last year. We're going to talk about the brutal loss to the Oakland Athletics today on Locked On Tigers.
You are Locked On Tigers, your daily Detroit Tigers podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Locked On Tigers. Thanks for making Locked On Tigers your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Really a tough one, to say the least. You know, here's the thing. I love this baseball team. I really do. And I hope that that is shown through more times than it is not. I hope that that is clear to see. I love this baseball team more than a lot of things. It is very high on my priority list on a daily basis, no matter what day of the year it is. It is something that I adore and that I will always care about deeply. With that, it is very difficult to try. It is, how do I even want to word this? It is very emotionally draining to watch something that you love just shoot itself in the foot every day for like 6 straight years. And this was the year that we were told, maybe there'll be Nerf bullets. Like they're still going to shoot themselves in the foot a little bit. I don't think anyone believes that this was a World Series contender, even a playoff contender, maybe more so than not being one, but that's here nor there. But they weren't going to be as bad. They weren't going to be this this just atrocious product that we have sadly grown accustomed to over the last half a decade. And we have last season. We all remember last season. We got off to a horrible start, horrible first 30, 35 games, and then turned it around and we're 500 ball club, about a little bit better than the rest of the season, right? This year, we came in with expectations, which is something we have not had since 2016. No one's expected this team to do much of anything since 2016. It's a long time ago. It's a long time ago. And we've been patiently waiting for so long. And the starting time for when we were supposed to be good again keeps getting pushed back and back and back and back. When they first traded everybody away, it was 2020. Then it was pushed back and it was like probably 2021 maybe. And then it was, now it was this year. And it just keeps getting pushed back further and further. And I think it's just really difficult to come on here and just continuously it's just like bashing my head against a wall every single evening. Every single game we play is just pure frustration. And I've said this a million times. I'm sure that the players and the coaching staff and the front office, well, I don't want to go that far, but I'm sure the players and the coaching staff are beyond frustrated as well. I very much believe that they deeply care as well. I don't think that this is the result of people not giving a damn. But like I said at the beginning, this is something that I even before I had this gig, even before I had any of the amazing opportunities that I have now and the platform that I have now, that I invested a lot of time and energy into because I've always loved and been passionate about this team. And it's just so exhausting. It's just so exhausting. We got blown off the field on Wednesday night. Just blown off the field. Your home field, which barely anyone went to, on a beautiful summer night in Detroit, Michigan. Nobody. Nobody's gone to the last two games. And I know it's a weeknight. I don't care. Did you see Angel Stadium last night? That was a weeknight. The weather was great there. They had damn near a sold out crowd for Reed Detmers' no hitter. It's just, it's, it's just same old. And I'll say a lot of things in this show. I think we will break down the game and the things that happen within it. But it's I just we need to just bond over how frustrated we all are. And I think that that is important to talk about and important to bring up. I think it is important to state that we are all frustrated. I say all this because it's my show. I'm the only person talking, so I'm going to say my experience. But I know for a fact that a plethora, a lot of you, most of you, I would say, if you're listening to a daily show about the Tigers, feel this sentiment that I have shared with you. We're all in this together. And this city has just been dying for someone, a sports team to rally behind and be good. And at the professional level, they just straight up haven't gotten it in a very long time. A very, very long time. It's just really frustrating. It's really exhausting. It's sad. It's sad. We Tigers get shut out and lose 9-0 to the Oakland Athletics, who are actively trying to lose baseball games. That's who you just got pumped by. You've lost 3 of 4, 2 of 3, 1, 2, no, 3 of 4. I forgot we're doing a random 5-game series because of the doubleheader. You have lost 3 of 4 to a team that is literally attempting to lose. They want to lose. They have traded away all of their talent. They are spending no dollars to produce the product that is seen before you at the major league level. And they had one of the worst records in baseball at the start of the series. You have dropped 3 of 4 to them. You've been shut out twice. And and in the third game, you were a bases loaded walk in the 9th away from getting shut out for 3 of them. That is inexcusable. It's all inexcusable. 9-22 for the second year in a row. And in principle, 9-22, there's a lot of baseball left to be played. There is. That's an objective truth. Almost 130 games left to be played. Long season ahead of us, and I'm sure that we're going to play some good baseball. I still believe that. Call me crazy. We get into to the middle of the summer, I still believe that this team can give us a fun summer and go win some games. But the fact of the matter is, last season, You dug yourself into such a brutal hole to start off the year that no matter what you did the rest of the season, you were not going to catch anybody. And we have the same record as that team now through 31 games. So, with all that being said, like I just said, I still believe that this team's going to give us some fun moments this year. I think we'll go streaking at some point. We'll probably have maybe a nice month, nice couple of weeks. Might even have like last season. Might even just turn it around and then just have a 500 or better rest of the year. But you got off to such a bad start that you're not going to be playing for anything in September. And this was the year that maybe you were supposed to be doing that. The offense is brutal. And that's what this all comes down to. Nobody can hit. Deadened baseballs, everybody's using the same baseballs. You watch the Angels, they're the most electric team in the sport right now. They're hitting home runs like it's nobody's business. Anthony Rendon hit a home run. I know, it was all Phillips. He threw 50 miles an hour right over the plate. He batted lefty. I don't care. I don't care. They're hitting home runs like it's they put up a 12 spot that game. They had 8, 9, or 10 before Brett Phillips came in the game. It's just it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. So there's your first segment, which is me just talking about I don't even know whatever was on my brain there. Let's get into the actual game, I guess, right? Maybe we'll talk about the actual baseball game. Actually break down what occurred in it. First, though, I got to tell y'all about Athletic Greens. This is a product I literally use every day. I started taking Athletic Greens because they sent all the hosts a box. And they were like, hey, you're going to be advertising this in a couple of weeks. You should probably give it a try and see what's up. I was like, okay, that happens pretty often. I'll try it a little bit. I'll say that it's good, whatever. This is something that I've now re-upped my order on and will continue to re-up my order on. And I start every single morning with it. And it's literally just a green powder. You mix with 8 to 12 ounces of water. You shake it up and mix it. And that's how you just start your day. Before you eat breakfast, right when you roll out of bed, you just have your glass of water, but you mix the powder in. It has every single vitamin and mineral that you need in a 24-hour period, all in a bottle of water. It's unbelievable. I started noticing differences in how I felt and my gut and digestive health like right away, like within the first day or two of taking it, and only improved and only was more and more noticeable as I went on and kept taking it. Like I said, I've now re-upped my order. I stand by it and live by it at this point. So if anyone is is going to tell you how great it is, it's going to be me. It's a fantastic product. Like I said, I'm very thankful that I was able to try it because now it's something that it's just part of my daily routine. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you have a keto diet, vegan, dairy free, gluten free, whatever. It's all it accommodates to all of that. Less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything, and it still tastes good. Cost you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. Cheaper than getting all the different supplements yourself as well, because it's all mixed into one. You're investing in an all-in-one nutritional insurance. It is awesome. It has over 7,000 five-star reviews. It's recommended by professional athletes. Over the offseason, Tarek Skubal put his box of Athletic Greens on his Instagram story. It really is the best. So to make it easy, Athletic Greens is also going to give you 1 free year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/MLB network. That's athleticgreens.com/MLB network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. All right. Welcome back. Segment 2 here at Locked On Tigers. Thanks for making Locked On Tigers your first listen every day. Now, for your second listen, check out the Locked On Now podcast recaps of MLB games with analysis from our local experts. It's taking fans through the season like no other network. It's free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, let's talk about the game a little bit. Joey Wentz started this one. I saw on Twitter, I genuinely don't remember. I feel like I say that all the time. I guess I just read captions and don't really see who put them, but somebody out there tweeted like that's the difference between AAA and the majors, like or like this start is like the big difference between AAA and the majors. That's completely correct. So whoever said that, you were absolutely spot on. I wish I could give you credit. Um, but that is true. That is what happened. Joey Wentz just he pitched like he was in AAA, and I don't mean that as like a super offensive thing. Like that's not derogatory. Just that the dude at his current state is still probably a AAA pitcher and still has some growing to do. It's not that not like I said, not like some super offensive thing. Like it's just the truth. He was getting early in the game. He was getting a lot of people into 2-strike counts. Couldn't finish anybody off. Nobody. Finally got a strikeout. What was it? 3 or 4 batters in, but it really was just 3 or 4 outs in, I should say, not batters. And yeah, he couldn't induce a swing and a miss when he needed to. Dudes were even, I mean, at certain points, swinging at balls like 3, 4, 5 inches out of the strike zone, and we're still just dumping them into the outfield. Just couldn't get a swing and a miss when he needed it. Couldn't finish anybody off at the plate. That's really the biggest thing. Just that's one of the biggest differences between the AAA level and the major league level is that is the what it takes to get a strikeout, what it takes to finish a hitter off. And yeah, Joey Wentz just not there yet. That's really all there is to it. Again, not some like slam piece, just where he's at. And he was optioned right back to AAA right after the game. So kind of took the drama out of like what could possibly happen next. I will say that that does likely mean that Alex Faedo would get a return start if assuming that Mize and Manning are not both ready the next time through the rotation. I would say odds are pretty decent, or at least leaves the door open, I guess I should say, that Faedo could come right back up the next time we get to the rotation and we get to a dead spot there. So something to look out for. It's not going to be Joey Wentz, I don't think, especially after this start, but decent-ish chance that it's Faedo. Now, if Manning ends up coming back, they'll probably just rock with Manning, Brisky, and then the 3 that we've already had in Skubal, Pineda, and Erod. But if they want to give another start to Manning down there even, Mize is only on his first rehab start, so he'll probably get that one and then another one, maybe even another one. He's probably still like a week and a half-ish away. But it's really just comes down to how close they think Manning is. So that's the biggest thing. Back to this game, I keep not talking about the game because like what is there to even talk about really? But we do have to talk about it a little bit. Wentz, he had 5 whiffs. 4 of them were on the 4-seam fastball. His called strike and whiffs percentage was 15% on 73 pitches. That is just far too low. Not inducing strikes. 13 balls in play and 16 foul balls. That's far too high, as you can imagine. The average exit velocity was almost 96 miles an hour. Just didn't have it. I like Joey Wentz. I really do. I'm not sure he has the ceiling of like a top end rotation piece, but I liked the trade when we made it to acquire him. I liked him then, and I still like him now as a lefty piece, as a lefty arm to come up through this system, but just not ready, I guess you would say. Just not ready yet. That's all. No big deal. A lot of injuries in this starting rotation. I don't think going into the season, anybody at any point or at any level of this organization was like, oh, yeah. And in like early May, Joey Wentz is going to come up. I don't think that was the plan. So it happened. It didn't really work out. He'll go work on some stuff, tinker some stuff there in the minors. And maybe if we need him for depth later in the season, if there more injuries happen, maybe he comes back up later in the year. But first major league start, not certainly not the most successful we've ever seen. Willie Peralta came out after that. I mean, no one that took the bump was really that great tonight. Alex Lang, I thought, looked really good. So there's that. You know, we like pushing narratives. Alex Lang, I thought, looked great. The curveball looked fantastic. Um, Jacob Barnes looked, I thought, like pretty solid. A lot of weak contact. Got some whiffs in there. Good. Again, he's been really solid. Um, Michael Fulmer and Gregory Soto pitched in this game, and I think that that's kind of sad just because we lost 9-0. So, like, the fact that our best two relievers, we've been so uncompetitive lately that our two best relievers got used in a 9-0 game so that they're not just sitting in the bullpen all season. Like, that's sad. That's sad. Fulmer in this one, I thought looked pretty sharp. His command kind of got weird at one point, but for the most part, I thought he was pretty sharp. And then Gregory Soto, no command whatsoever, just zero. And I think that hasn't really mattered because we haven't been winning a close game in who knows how long. But for what it's worth, with between Fulmer and Soto, I think it's probably safe to say that if we were up a run going into the ninth, most people would want to see Michael Fulmer in that situation. Um, and like Soto's ERA isn't like horrible. Like even after this outing where he gave up 2 earned runs, it's 4, right? Like I think it was around 2 before this. Um, but the command is inexcusable at this point. You can't have a dude out there who has as many walks as like innings pitched so far this season. You can't throw that out there in a close game in the ninth. You can't. Inexcusable. And as you all know, I'm like that dude's biggest defender. But we you gotta buck up. Can't do that. So I think again, should that situation ever arise ever again, which at this point I'm not really confident it will, Fulmer, I think it's probably safe to say should get that spot. We'll see if that's followed through or not. That's it for the pitching. So now we get to talk about the great offense. But first, I need to tell y'all about something way cooler than our offense right now, and that's betonline.net. Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including this year's basketball playoffs, Major League Baseball scores, fights, and next season's NFL futures. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering information from live betting to playoffs, esports, and more. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn about the trends and action. Bet online where the game starts. Okay, we are back for our third and final segment here at Locked On Tigers. Thanks for making Locked On Tigers your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Detroit Tigers, 9-22 for the second year in a row. The offense was brutal. Brutal. I mean, just got carved up. Again. How many hits do we have in this game? Oh, 7. Nice. 7 hits paired with no walks. Not a big fan of that. So you had 7 base runners. 7 base runners in this one. Everybody say out loud. If you remember off the top of your head, then that's fine. You just have a great memory. Congratulations. You are one of the lucky ones there. Say out loud how many extra base hits you think were worked in to those 7 hits. Say it out loud. If your guess was 1, you would be spot on. We had 1 extra base hit. We had 7 base runners. 6 of them were singles. 1 was a double, and none of them were walks. You cannot win baseball games in 2022 without hitting extra base hits. It's not going to happen. You're not going to do it on a consistent basis. It's just how the game is played today. Whether you like it or not, whether you're a new school person or an old school person as far as how you view baseball, objectively, the style in which baseball is played today, you're not going to win without getting extra base hits. And we cannot get an extra base hit to save our lives. It is Single City. Single City sounds like a bachelor town. It sounds like a place where, like, find singles near you. Like, it just sounds like a place with a bunch of single people in it. That's not what I was going for. I was going for baseball singles. Certainly a lot of those. Plenty of those to go around. It's embarrassing. And, like, I mean, everyone is laboring. Everyone is just brutal at the plate. You want to play the OPS game again? I know you don't, but we're going to. Austin Meadows, best on the team is 743. Best on the team is 743. Javi Baez, 614. Jeimer Candelario, 570. Miguel Cabrera, 651 after going 3 for 4. Jonathan Schoop, 427. Willie Castro, 667. Spencer Torkelson, 532. Tucker Barnhart, 616. And Derek Hill, 624 after getting 2 hits and one of them being a double. Brutal. Just brutal. I'm speechless, clearly. It's really good that my job requires me to talk because I'm speechless. I don't know what else to say. I genuinely don't know what else to say. I know we're all frustrated. I could just keep repeating myself and just say how upset we all are. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say. And there's people are like, oh, like this individual person is like, they're so bad and they're really struggling at the plate and like they need to be sent down or they need to be benched or whatever. You could say that about everyone. So like you can't. Right? You can't do that when it's your whole roster. What are you just going to send down the entire offense and just call up all of Toledo? We're just going to do like a 12 for 12 swap. Like you can't even do that because everyone is terrible. Everyone's struggling. I mean, even I tweeted out, if you take every single person that has logged a single out or inning in the Tigers outfield this year, it's like 7 or 8 people. All of them combined have 2 home runs. 2. The team has what, 11 or 12? Last in baseball. It's so brutal. So, there you go. There's your offensive breakdown. Not great. Shutout this game. Was a bases loaded walk away from being shut out last game. Shut out the game before the doubleheader. And shut out the game before that. So, in your last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in your last 5 games, you have been shut out 3 times. And like I said, we're a bases loaded walk away from being shut out in 4 of your last 5 games. Inexcusable. Not going to win very many baseball games like that. Feel so bad for the pitching. I really do. And I know tonight, like we lost by 9, whatever. Tonight, whatever. I feel so bad for like Alex Vallejo. Second career start. Has 17 whiffs. Holds the other team to 2. 2, I think. Kept us in it. Doesn't matter. Michael Pineda. Pitch to contact guy. Gonna fill up the strike zone. Gonna force hitters to beat him. Keeps us in games. Losing all of them. Bo Brisky, young kid. Keeping us in every game he's been in. Whether he's going deep or not, whatever. When he gets pulled, we're in the game. Not winning any of. Bullpen. One of the best bullpens in the entire sport. Nothing to show for it. We're losing every single game that they're utilized in. That's all I got. That's all I got. Thanks for making Locked On Tigers your first listen every day. Now make your second listen Locked On MLB. Host Paul Francis Sullivan, please call him Sully, brings his unique perspective on the major leagues, both past and present. Is free and available wherever you get your podcast. That's all I got, everybody. Thank you for rocking with me. If you are still invested enough in this show to listen every day through all of this, and still invested enough in the Tigers, I should say, to listen to this show every day, I greatly appreciate you more than you will ever know. Exhausting. What a frustrating start to the year. Hopefully they can turn it around. We got a series against Baltimore. Winnable, right? Well, we got one more against Oakland still, but winnable series against Baltimore on the tick, right? Very capable of winning some games. Should be, at least, very capable of winning some games. And the time is now. You got to turn it around quick if you want the rest of the season to mean anything. You got to turn it around quick. So hopefully, maybe the Baltimore series can get us off on the right foot. Maybe. Also, the Baltimore series, I'm pretty sure we're throwing out I think we're throwing out Erod, Pineda, Skubal. So good pitching matchups there. Like I said, still one more against Oakland, but all right. Back on the horse, everybody. Go enjoy your day if you're listening to this in the morning. If you're listening to this not in the morning, I hope you had a great day. Enjoy this beautiful weather. It appears to be summertime in the Metro Detroit area, and that's a beautiful thing. So don't let this baseball team, don't let anybody on this planet take away from the fact that it's a beautiful day outside, and it's still a great day to have a great day. So peace and love. Going to therapy's dope, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow, baby. Go Tigers.